guys, today we're going to read another story from Bear Storytime Favorites, but this time we're going to be reading Best Friends. Woo, let's get started. Best Friends. Best Friends by Catherine Dolly, illustrated by Tom Brannan. Ojo was excited. She was expecting a special visitor. "Is Christine here yet?" she asked anxiously. "You're really looking forward to Christine coming over, aren't you, Ojo?" asked Bear. "Oh yeah, Bear," replied Ojo. "Christine is one of my best friends." Bear smiled. "There's nothing like spending the day with a good friend," he said. "Friends make everything fun." Ding dong! Rang the doorbell. Ojo hopped up and down with excitement. "That must be her now," she said. "Hurry, Bear, hurry!" Bear opened the front door. Ojo was right. It was Christine Rabbit. So again, who is this? Ojo. We just met Christine, and this is Bear. "Hi, Christine," explained Ojo. "I've got all kinds of cool stuff that we can do today. We can draw with crayons, play house." "Wow," said Bear. "That sounds like fun." Ojo and Christine hopped up and down. There were so many fun things for them to do. A while later, Bear stepped into the living room. Ojo and Christine had separated blankets and pillows all over the floor. "Are you pretending to camp out?" asked Bear. Ojo and Christine shook their heads. "We're building a pillow castle. It's a lot of hard work," said Ojo. Christine nodded. Just then, Tutter came in. "Hi, Bear. Hi, Ojo. Hi, Christine. So, who's up for a friendly game of checkers?" Ojo smiled. "Thanks for asking, Tutter, but my best friend Christine and I are building a pillowcase. Do you want to help?" Tutter's jaw dropped. "Best friends?" he said. "Christine is your best friend?" Well, said Ojo. "Well, Ojo, you just go right ahead and play with your best friend, Christine." Tutter stomped out of the room. Do you think Tutter's happy or sad? Do you think maybe he's a little mad? Let's find out. Bear found Tutter sulking on the kitchen table. Do we know what the word sulking means? For those of you who don't know, sulking means to wallow in self-pity. So that means you're sad, something hurt your feelings, and you don't know what to do, so you're just gonna sit in your feelings and think about it. Let's continue with the story. "Are you okay?" Bear asked. "Yes, Bear," said Tutter. "Are you sure?" Bear asked. "Sure, I'm sure," said Tutter. "If Ojo's busy with her best friend, well, that's fine. Bear, just fine with me." Bear stood up and walked to the kitchen door. "Hey," he said. "It sounds like something's going on at the otter pond." Tutter sighed. "Go ahead, Bear," he said. "Don't you worry about me. No problems here." Roar! "I'll be back as soon as I find out what's going on," said Bear. Bear found Pip and Pop and Treelo at the otter pond. Treelo was pretending to be a scary monster, and Pip and Pop didn't like it very much. "Treelo, cut it out," Pip and Pop said. "What's the problem?" Bear wanted to know. Everyone had a different story. Pip and Pop wanted to play their favorite game, Deep Sea Divers, and didn't want to play Monster. Trilo wanted to play Monster and did not want to play Deep Sea Divers. Come on, you guys, said Bear. I'm sure you can work this out. Pip and Pop shook their heads. It's Trilo's fault. It's Trilo won't play our game, then maybe he's not our friend. Pip and Pop? Not friend? Trilo said sadly. Pip Pop, said Bear. You don't really think that's true, do you? So who do you think this character is? Do you remember our lemur friend? Trilo? And right here are the otter twins, Pip and Pop. It's a shame you guys can't all work together as friends, because I know this really cool game called The Hidden Treasure of Kalamazoo Bay, said Bear. You need 2 deep sea divers and a pretend scary monster. How do you play? How do you play? Everyone asked. Well, the 2 divers come out of the Kalamazoo Bay onto dry land and suddenly they run into a pretend scary monster, Bear explained. Everyone thought that sounded like a great game. Trilo hit and jumped out at the 2 divers. Ah! Yelled Pip and Pop. Good, scary monster, Trilo, they said. When Bear went back inside, he found Tutter sitting at the kitchen table playing checkers with a large piece of Swiss cheese. What? Tutter asked the cheese. Oh yes, that would be an excellent move. Thanks for the advice. Tutter, is everything okay? Bear asked. Everything's great, Bear, said Tutter. Meet my new best friend, Mr. Cheese. Mr. Cheese says I'm his best friend forever. Look at that. Even the cheese is wearing a hat. Bear was puzzled. Isn't that a piece of cheese? He asked. Cheese has always been a good friend to this mouse, Tutter explained. Unlike a certain little girl bear cub named Ojo. Tutter, began Bear. I know that Ojo said Christine was her best friend, but I bet there's something you didn't know. What do you think it is he doesn't know? Let's find out. What? Said Tutter. You can have more than one best friend, Bear said. You can? Replied Tutter. Sure, said Bear. After all, you're my best friend, and so is Ojo, and Pip and Pop, and Trilo. Gee, I never thought of it like that, Bear, before, said Tutter. I bet Christine and Ojo would really like you to play with them, said Bear. Tutter thought for a moment. Okay, let's go, he said. In the living room, Ojo and Christine were still playing inside their pillow castle. They were setting the table for tea. Tutter didn't want to bother them. It sounds like they're busy, he said. Bear had an idea. Why don't you play near them and see what happens? Tutter walked over to the pillow castle and began to play. He pretended he had a beautiful garden right next to the castle. I think I'll water my garden, he said loudly. Water, 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 water. Ojo and Christine heard Tutter and popped their heads out of the castle. Hello, Tutter, said Ojo. Would you like to come inside and join us for tea? Tutter gasped. Would I? He said. You really want me to? You really want me to? Sure, exclaimed Ojo. Now I have two of my best friends to play with. Come on inside. What a wonderful day, Bear said to himself that night. I think I'll go upstairs and tell Luna about it. Bear stepped out onto the balcony, and there was Luna, shining brightly. Hello, Luna, he said. Hello, Bear, replied Luna. And how was your day at the big blue house? It was great, Luna, he said. Christine Rabbit came over to play with Ojo, and Tutter joined them, and Pip and Pop and Treelo all played the treasure of Kalamazoo Bay. Luna smiled. I remember you playing that when you were a cub, Bear. You are quite a treasure hunter. Bear chuckled. Gee, you know me so well, Luna. Well, of course I do, Bear, said Luna. We've been friends a long time, and friends know you better than anyone. Good night, Bear. So that's Bear and his friend Luna. And just like that, Bear waved as Luna rose high in the night sky. Good night, my friend, he called to her. The end. Thank you for joining me for Bear's Storytime Favorites. Bye guys, see you next time.